So this is a 05 Volkswagen Jetta Passat. I'm sorry. It's got the turbo diesel 2.0 PD whatever engine. It's a 05. They only made them in the US 04, 05. So we're gonna swap injectors because it needs them. So we have another set laying around. We already did 2 injectors, so I'm gonna show you the procedure how I do these. Take the valve cover off. Gotta pull out your timing cover. If you can get the valve cover out, it does come out. You just have to wiggle it. It will come out. You do have to take out your exhaust tube for the EGR and your PCV crank tube. That will come out. So to do this procedure, we need to remove 4 bolts right here. Now, if one of your cam lobes is up, you gotta bump the engine till these things are flat down. The reason why is so you don't put too much stress when you take these out. We already bumped the engine, the cam lobe. Actually, they're almost all flat, but we're doing on these last 2 because we already did these. So we're gonna get these things loose. So to get these loose, we're gonna use, okay, it's an M10 12 point. Wait. Here. Go ahead. Okay, now, there we go. First, you just want to get them loose first. I believe, I'm not sure the torque down on these. I believe they're 44 Newton meter. But you want to verify that with a dealer or an owner's manual or a repair book. Anyways, we're gonna get those loose, very gentle. If you don't bump your engine again, your rocker arms are gonna, because the pressure is gonna come this way or this one that way, and you don't want that. So we're gonna get them all loose. Okay, bolts are all out. You can see they're all loose. So now we're gonna take the rocker injector rocker arms out. Remember how you take it out? Let me get that. Just gonna set it right here, just like that. So again, we're not gonna mess with that. That's all good. Now you can see your cam lobe. See, that one's this way, the other one is under. This is why I was telling you to make sure the cam lobes are down or away, not pressure onto the rocker arm for the injector. So now we're gonna get loose the injector hold down bolt, which is right there. You don't have to clean the oil or push it out. This one, when you torque it down, I believe this is 15 foot-pounds. You can go as much as 20 foot-pounds. Again, I'm not 100% sure. It's just based on what I did other engines, and it worked for me. So once we get that loose, I'm just gonna pull this out, and this should come out with it, which is the hold down injector bracket. There you go. That's out. We are going to set this right here. Only goes in one way, see? So I'm gonna set it down right there. Now, we need to get down, or not get down, but before we do that, let's get the injector harness pigtail loose. So he's gonna put pliers right there, and he's gonna pry it up. Now, because this is original, there's always a pain in the ass to pull them out. They're not as easy as you think. So by hand, you won't do it. Now, if you were to put it back in by hand, they do come out. Okay, now that we did this here, now don't laugh at me how I'm gonna pull this injector out, but works for me, and it should work for you as well. So now we need to break the injector seals loose. So we're just gonna put that in there, and we're gonna turn the injector left and right. As you can see, it's getting easier and easier. There it goes. A few more times. Try to go this way a little more, if you can. Gentle. Don't go no more. No, huh? Oh no, it's hitting right here. I'm sorry, right here. That's it. Okay. All right. Now, here's what I use. I made out of 12 20 gauge wire, electrical wire, just like this. We're gonna put this around the injector solenoid. Make sure it's past the injector solenoid. Sometimes they don't want to go on there. Again, one hand. Did it go back there? They could be a pain in the ass sometimes. No, it's not on there, but okay, so let me put this down. Okay, go ahead. There we go. Oh, is it in? Should be in, right? Yep, there it goes. Okay, so you have to move the injector back and forth to get this wire behind that solenoid. Okay, so now we're gonna use a big pry bar. Gonna put it right through there, right through here. We got a piece of wood that sits on top of your, damn, I forgot the name anyways, and right there. That's a support. This is the pry bar. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna raise on a pry bar, put pressure right here, and this injector here. Is that on? All right, let me do this so you can see. Wait, it came out. So this is a view before we attempt, well, I should say attempt, well, I guess attempt to pull the injector out. So this should be a one-man's job. So he's gonna put pressure. Sometimes they don't want to come out. There, it came out. So now you heard diesel flowing into your combustion chamber. That's your injector. Just set it over there for now. Make sure you keep your area clean when you work with injectors or anything in here. Right here we got a cover so no dust falls from the sky or from whatever on here. So now before we put the new injector, we must take the diesel out from the combustion chamber, or you'll learn the hard way when you crank this up and you bent a connecting rod. So I'm gonna use just a vacuum pump, put this in, make sure it goes in, because sometimes it doesn't want to go inside the make sure you do this so the diesel comes out. Okay, now that we got all the diesel out of the combustion chamber, which is on top of the piston, here's our used injector. Again, we know these were good because I took them out before we got rid of the vehicle. So to put this back on, we are going to reuse the same crush washers. They will work. Just want to make sure that you put oil onto your seals. You got 1, 2, 3. How does that one look? My eyes are horrible. Let me zoom in. Me, or it looks like it's a little damage. It looks like a little damage, yeah?
Not bad.
Yeah, so let's switch with the other injector.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Not sure what that does, but let's just switch it with yeah. So this was the old one on the used injector that we had. Now we swapped it with one of our donor or the original injector. Just gotta be very careful when you take these out. You could break them. So yeah. Okay. So we're gonna use the Valley in there, right in front of the engine, to put some oil on all 3 O-rings. Clean the tip, not too much oil on it, and then, well, it's got oil. Yep, it's got oil. No diesel in there. We're gonna set this down. I'll show you how we're gonna put the injector in there. Okay, injector is ready. Make sure the harness is not in the way. It was in the way a few seconds ago. So I paused the video so I can remove the harness pigtail. Okay, so now we're gonna use a screwdriver. We're gonna set it right in the back of the injector, or front, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna hold it, guide it, and then he's gonna use a mallet hammer, and as he puts it down, hits it, you can see the injector goes down a little more. Sounds like it bottomed out. Yep. All right, now the injector is in place. Now we're gonna put down the hold down. So to do this is a little more tricky. We're only gonna use this. If, again, it's gonna be a pain in the ass for me to do this while I'm recording. If this doesn't want to go in, here's what you're gonna have to do. You have to move the injector that way to slide this in. For safety, grab yourself a napkin. You see down there, there's a hole. Yep, that hole right there, you can drop your hold on injector bracket, and then, yeah, don't ask me. You have to figure that one on your own. So he's gonna put that, and then try and put it in again. If it doesn't slide in, move the injector out this way. Nothing, huh? We're gonna have to move it just a little bit. Okay, you can see now it's in. That's it. Now we're gonna put the bolt and tighten this down to 15 foot-pounds. Maybe a little close to 20. You're supposed to replace these bolts. Supposed to replace these, and I believe these as well. But anyways, I'm gonna stop right here. If you don't know how to do this, I do not recommend you doing this job, because it's if you do it wrong, you can do some serious damage or complete catastrophic to your engine. If you don't take the diesel out of your combustion chamber and you crank, you'll end up bending your connecting rod, and then your engine is, yeah. So now we're just gonna tighten this down to 15. Maybe we'll go to 20 foot-pounds. Like I said, these I did put them down as 44 Newton meter. Not sure how much that is in foot-pounds. And that should be it. Don't forget to plug in your injector. See, it goes very easy. Just put it right there and press it down. That's it. That would be it. If you do all 4 injectors, you want to turn the ignition on and off a few times to circulate the diesel into the cylinder head, so the injectors don't starve for fuel, and then you crank it. And that's about it. Well, if there's any questions, just leave me a comment.